the second page of your Unit 6 practice study guide. Right, when we are adding, we are just keeping the bottom the same, 5 and 5, so the denominator stays the denominator. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, here we're subtracting. Denominator stays the same. Trying to write with my left hand. 7 minus 2 is 5. Okay, here, denominator, 7. 12 plus 5 is 17. Now I realize that my top is bigger than my bottom, so I have to say 17 divided by 7. 17 divided by 7 is 2 times 14. I have 3 left over. My denominator stays my denominator, stays my denominator. The 3 goes on top. All right, now we're going to try this other one over here. 6, 6, which is a 6. 5 minus 4 is 1, 1/6. Okay. Typically, I would stack these, but they're side by side, so I'll do them this way. If you need to rewrite them, you can do that. 6 and 4/10, and 5 and 3/10. Whichever way you can do it. 4 minus 3 is 1. The denominator stays the denominator, stays the denominator. 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay. So this one is 1 and 1/10. All right, the next one over here is adding. So adding my whole numbers, I can do it this way. That's 7. And then I do this one and I get 4 over 4. I realize that this is 1, so I have to add 1 to my whole number, so I get 8. You could also stack this 3/4, 4 and 3/4 over 3 and 1/4. You really should do your fractions first. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 over 4 is 1 whole thing. Carry my 1 up here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Either way, I get 8 whole things for my answer on 19. Okay, this is the one that was most missed on your practices. If you're looking at number 22 here, there is nothing here, and so I cannot take 2/5 away from 0. So I need to borrow from my whole, make that a 2. Looking at my denominator, I know that my whole needs to have a 5 on the bottom and a 5 on the top. 5 minus 2 is 3. My denominator stays my denominator. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. All right, we're working kind of backwards across this page. I cannot take 7 away from 4. I have to borrow a whole. That becomes a 4. I need to add, looking at my denominator, 9/9. I end up with 13/9 minus 7/9, which is 6/9. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 and 6/9. Okay, if I'm looking at this, I'm adding, and I say 4 plus 6 is 10. 10/7. Okay, adding my whole numbers. 6 plus 2 is 8. Looking at this, I have a 10 up here that is bigger than my bottom, so I know that I need to divide. 10 divided by 7 is 1. I have 3 left. My denominator stays on the bottom. 1 and 3/7 plus I had 8 whole things. So 8 plus 1 and 3/7 is 9 and 3/7. Okay, check it. If you needed to stop, pause, go back, repeat. Make sure you have those. Repeat any lessons you need to, and then I will move on and help you check the rest here. Okay, moving down to the bottom. It says draw a model and then solve. So here we go. All right, there's 3/4 of a gallon of punch in a bowl. Katie added some punch. Now there is 2 and 1/4. How much was in the bowl to start with, or how much did she add? Okay. Do I have a total? Yes. Total goes on top. So 2 and 1/4 is what she ended up with. She started with this much, 3/4. Okay. And I need to find out how those two are different. Total goes on top. I have 1 addend. If I did a math mountain, it would look like this. 2 and 1/4. And then I had 3/4. And I had some that I added. Okay, you always subtract going down and you add going across. So I'm going to subtract. realize that I can't do that. Add a whole. Okay, that becomes 5/4 minus 3/4 is 2/4. I have one left, and it said to draw a model. And so if I drew a model, I would have two whole things. Okay, and then 1/4 of another thing. So these need to be divided into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I had 3/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. How many do I need to add to that to get to 2 and a fourth? Okay, so this is the part that I need. There's 1/4 of that, and there's two whole things. How much do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/4. If I realize that the top is bigger than the bottom, I know that this is 6 divided by 4. 6 divided by 4 is 1, and I have 2/4 left, just like I have here. And if you're looking at that going top and bottom, can be divided by 2. So that would equal 1/2, 1 and 1/2. Okay, looking at the next one, Raul ran 4/5 of a mile on Tuesday. He ran 4 times that far on Saturday. So Saturday equals 4 times 4/5. So if I'm doing my math mountain, Saturday equals 4 times 4/5. So I know how to do that, and I can do it like this. I can either do 4/5 plus 4/5 plus 4/5, because that's 4 groups of 4/5. And I get 4/16, or I can do 4 times 5 is 20, 24, 24/5. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong, because when I divide that, it's not going to come out the same, is it? Okay, so I got to back up and see if I did this one right. Oh, okay. I hope that you didn't get all of that recording. I don't know what I was thinking on this. I don't want to redo all those other problems. This is not even close to being correct. I had a major brain issue on that one. But you did 4 groups of, right? So we got it, and it's 16/5. And when you take 16 and divide it by 5, you get 3, 15. So you end up with 1 down here and your 5 on the bottom. 3 and 1/5. That should be your answer. And I'm sorry that I made such a crazy mistake on there. I hope you can just fast forward all that. Talked to some coaches, and we got it figured out. Just me losing my mind. All right, here we go. On this last one here, it says the line plot shows the lengths of Rachel's beads that she bought at a bead store today. What is the difference in length between the shortest and the longest? Difference between the shortest and the longest. Difference means to subtract. So 1 and 3/4 minus 1/4. The difference between them, 3 minus 1 is 2/4. 1. If you look at that, you might realize it, but you could divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, and you get 1 and 1/2. Okay,